Hello all, I hope you're well. Today I'm going to be talking about the first half of week number 33 of 2024. Now it's quite late and I've already decided what my new bi-weekly, what my new bi-weekly goal is, and that is to be in bed before midnight. And it looks like on the first day I may fail that because of this video, so we will not rush, but I've got 20 minutes. If I go over that, I've failed. But fuck it, fuck whatever. Um, so, I actually have made some notes this time, and I'm also going to bring up my food, sleep, and activity tracker. That way, I will have just another thing to jog my memory. So, Monday. My previous goal that I set for myself on Sunday was to research other personal trainers and sort of make a hypothetical image in my mind of the perfect personal trainer. I didn't do that because I sat down to do it and I thought, this is stupid. I can just tell, I don't have to look at other personal trainers. Common sense tells me what the perfect personal trainer is, and that is somebody who is very knowledgeable, somebody who's on time, they're punctual, they're fun, easy to get along with, and yeah, like the more people, they've got people skills. And yeah, I think in that order as well. They need to be very knowledgeable. They need to be on time. They need to have people skills. And then again, I mean, then it differs from client to client. If you want to have the biggest sort over success rate with a mixture of clients, I think that's the right order. But there's some clients, they don't even need you to be knowledgeable. They just need you to be people skill, like have good people skills, and they just enjoy hanging out. Because I actually put a post on Reddit today. I won't talk about it too much because I'll have to go into the actual week and recording the week soon. Let me just have a sip of my tea. I put a post on Reddit today. I just asked a question to other experienced personal trainers. Because with my client that I have at the moment, he's a lovely guy. But something I find is we'll get like halfway through the workout and I'll say, all right, this is the next workout. We're going to do, I don't know, overhead tricep extensions. And he's like, oh, my arms are tired. Can we move? Can we skip that? And I've trained people before, and I can feel that it's an option to be like, mate, get on it, let's move, carry on, let's move. But with him, I just know that he's always going to say no, and I know that there's no budging. There's no budging him. I can see that he's literally going to skip this. I could offer him a free session, he'd still skip it. Like there's nothing that can convince him. So I asked people on Reddit, I was like, yo, how do you respectfully and kindly push your clients when they're tired, which is way earlier than they should be. You're not overworking them already, so those things are out the window. I'm not overworking them. It's quite early into the workout. Judging by how fit I know they are, they should be fine by this point, but they're just being lazy. And some of the replies were from experienced PTs was that some people, and this is what I sort of suspected too, is that some people aren't necessarily getting PTs to. I mean, it sounds funny, but they're not necessarily getting PTs to become the best version of their physical self possible. Some people, it's just more of a social thing, or maybe it started as maybe they had goals at the start to be really fit and super fit, or reach a certain weight, or move a certain weight, but as time moves on, they go, fuck this, but I enjoy the person's company, so I'll keep going. And that's what I suspected. Tea break. So I think I'll have one more conversation with this guy. I'll be like, mate, come on, I need you to do this exercise. What do you mean you're tired? Fucking stupid. And then if he says, no, I'm tired, then I'll just say, you know what, fine. I'll keep going, because he's still paying me. I'll still go to his house. I'll still do his exercises. We'll still have a chat, because I do enjoy chatting to him. We even play Call of Duty sometimes after. It's fun. But it just sort of confirms that he's more the social guy instead of the guy with the real fitness goals. He might sort of want the fitness goals, sort of, but he's still gonna do his own thing. He's still gonna not follow the right diet. He's gonna eat the wrong foods. But that's ultimately that's up to him. I can point him in the right direction. I can try and push him, but if he keeps giving me the indications that he just wants a mate, to come round twice a week and lift weights, that's fine. I can be that guy too. And to be honest, if I had a bunch of clients, if all of my clients were like that, that would actually be really cool. That means I wouldn't have to learn super deep. I wouldn't have to become super knowledgeable. And it would require less effort overall. But I wouldn't wish that, because I do want to be really good at this. But it is just an easy client, really. Anyway, let me. Why did I start talking about that? I don't remember why I would have. Oh yeah, talking about the hypothetical perfect PT. So yeah, I've already explained what that is at the start. So anyway, 5 minutes in, not looking good. This is gonna be a fucking long one, or maybe a medium one. Medium one's like 40 minutes, so we're gonna go over here, but fuck it. So I woke up at 9. Yep, checks out. It says that on my notes and it says it on my tracker. Woke up at 9. Quickly ate some Cheerios. I mean, for a while I was trying no breakfast in training and I was feeling really tired and I couldn't focus. So I've gone back to breakfast and I'll talk about it later. But yeah, so I had some Cheerios. Bang, ate the Cheerios. And luckily the class was 30 minutes pushed backwards because there was some painting going on. So there was a new timetable just for that week. And the class that I thought I was late for was actually 30 minutes later. So I was like, perfect. So I could chill a little bit while I was getting ready, a little bit of a slow morning. And I walked to the station because I thought my bike was broken. Very strange. Walked to the station, no problems getting there. The journey was fine and the training was good. I remember just before I turned the corner into the street where the gym is, I just felt a massive wave of fatigue, and I was like, what the fuck? I could literally feel it. I was like, why do I feel tired all of a sudden? So what's this? I went to bed at 2, woke up at 9, 7 hours of sleep. So maybe that's why. That's just about the minimum that I'm recommended to have at my age. And I reported here having 5 out of 10 energy, 6 out of 10 attentiveness. However, in rolling, I use these 3 pointers now in the sessions starting from this week, and my performance in rolling afterwards was 7 out of 10. I always manage to really find more energy in the rolling rounds, but when I'm doing like technique and I'm drilling, I just feel so lazy and like, fuck's sake, I'm just gonna chill. It's not good, but the rolling forces it out of you, otherwise you're gonna get fucked up. Like if you're truly tired, then the rolling will tell that to you. If you're just a little bit tired, then you can usually do fine in rolling, but the technique will be hard. So yeah, had the class. Afterwards, had a coffee with some of the dudes. So obviously this class was already 30 minutes later, and I had a coffee with my mates for like an hour extra. Stayed an hour extra afterwards. I think this was actually the hottest day of the year so far, this Monday. And yeah, it was fucking hot, let me tell you. It wasn't a night hot, it was uncomfortable hot. So I had the coffee, chatted with my mates, and it was like this sort of group of mates. They're a little bit older than me, and they drop wisdom on me. And I think I've mentioned this before. I never even told them the full story of my travels. I told them like little bullet points, and like the summary basically. And they're telling me their situations with girls and girls in general. Not to generalise, but I am a little bit, or they are. I'm not really saying anything here, but like they're literally completing the story in between the dots that I gave them, and I'm like, oh my god. So like just when you think like, oh, this situation is so unique, no one can help or understand, it's literally copy and paste in a way. I mean, yeah, there's certain points that are unique, obviously, but the baseline of the story is basically copy and paste, and all guys experience it. And I like they were literally filling in the blanks for me, literally filling in the blanks. And I was like, wow. And it doesn't make it any easier, but it's just interesting to see that. And it also turns out my mate, who just moved in with his girlfriend, is arguing with her like fucking 3-4 times a week. And he's like, mate, I don't see a future with her. I'm like, dude, you just moved in with her. You've like signed a lease. I'm like, God, that sounds like hell. I feel bad for that dude, and I hope he finds an alright way out. And then my other mate at the table offered him his fucking spare room. I was like, what the fuck? You just moved in with your girlfriend, you're gonna move out. That's hilarious. Anyway. So I got back home on the Monday. It was almost like 5 p.m. It was so fucking late. I had 6 scrambled eggs with... oh, wait, was that? Yeah, that must have been, yeah. I had 6 scrambled eggs with some lamb. I had some leftover lamb from the Sunday service yesterday. And, oh, it was bloody lovely, let me tell you. I cut the lamb up into smaller bits, put it in a pan with the scrambled eggs. It was really good. I think I put the lamb in first with butter, and then the scrambled eggs in afterwards. Added it to the lamb. Really nice. Because the lamb had been in the fridge for a while now, so I thought it would lose its quality, but it was really good. And then afterwards, I had 2 bowls of Cheerios after that, and a coffee. Boom. And that was at 5:30. And I had no more physical activity after that. But and then in the blanks, in between these blanks, I was reapplying for the police. I've applied for the police twice before, once for the Metropolitan Service and once for the Transport Police, and they declined both times. The Metropolitan didn't even entertain me the first time because I didn't have the right qualifications, but now they've dropped their expectations because, well, the UK is a shithole right now and they need more police. No one's applying, so they're letting anyone in. And the Transport Police, I got through to an interview and I failed a situational question, which still pisses me off to this day. If I passed that police interview, my life would look so much different right now. I wouldn't have worked at the restaurant. I wouldn't have met that fucking hoe that made me really, really sad. And, you know, I would have been a police officer. Who knows? You know, fuck. Whatever. It's cool. It's life, I guess. That's what makes it interesting. But yeah, they said no for a situational question. And I always thought, well, why don't you give me the training and then ask me those questions? Like, why do you expect me to get that right? Do you think, what the fuck? And I think it was right. It was about, you're on a train track, you're on a train platform, and there's somebody who's been sitting there for like hours and he's pacing back and forth and he thinks he might jump. I said, go and approach him nicely and politely, quietly, and be like within arm's reach of him, and if he was to make any quick movements towards the tracks, fucking grab him. Don't let him go on the tracks. And apparently that was wrong. I don't even know, like, and then I requested feedback, and they're like, feedback can take up to 6 weeks. And luckily it only took like 3 days, but all the feedback was just like, this question was wrong. Like, that isn't feedback, you fucking stupid cunt. Anyway, let me sip the tea. So yeah, Monday I spent the rest of the day doing my application again for the Metropolitan Police. The Met Police application is one of the most jarring things ever. I wanted to murder somebody. Instead of just handing in your CV, you have to manually put all of your information in that you would put into a CV anyway. So you have to manually put it all in. You have to put all of your job and work experience of the last 5 years in the most fucking irritating system I've ever seen in my life. Instead of just putting your jobs and the start date, end date, whatever, you have to go in reverse order, your job, and then if there's anything in between, you need to add like a fucking job break period, and then job, bang, bang, and then there has to be like 60 months or something, and you can't move things, you can't move them around, you have to delete it all. So say if you made a mistake on the second job and it's like 6 jobs long, you have to delete 4 jobs and start that all over again. It's so stupid, and I wanted to fucking punch my screen. Anyway, I ended up deleting it all, doing it all again. Did that, sent it, and then I think I did something else, right? Oh yeah, and then I did my video for last week, the second half of last week. I finished that. And yeah, let me consult my notes again. And then yeah, I think that there's probably plenty of procrastinating and lots of YouTubing. I'm trying to work on that. And then I went to bed. Tuesday. I woke up and decided that. Let me just finish this tea. Alright, new rule. Today I'm going to get into bed by 12:30. And then tomorrow it's going to be by 12. Because Thursdays are famously the days where I feel super tired in training. And I don't want that to be the case. I felt pretty. I'm not going to talk about today yet. But, you know, it's about to go midnight. So I'll be in bed in 30 minutes. Not to say I'll be asleep in 30 minutes. Ideally, yes. But we'll be in bed and we'll be trying to sleep. Alright? Cool. Fuck, I'm sweating. Holy fuck. Okay, so Tuesday, one of my friends at work, who I've trained with once or twice now, twice actually, he said he wanted to come down to my gym. I was like, oh, awesome, man. I gave him the address, gave him the website, the link to sign up for a free trial. I was like, yeah, cool, G. Come along at this free session. This is going to be a great session. And he's a lovely, cool guy. He's his jiu-jitsu is not great, and his mindset is a little bit shit too. Like, if there's a technique that's annoying him, he'd be like, I can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. But like, bro, come on, just try. And he will continue trying, but I can already tell that he's convinced himself in his mind that he can't do it. And he never does it in the end. And he had to drive like 55 minutes to this gym, which is about what I have to drive to when I drive. The train's even longer. And I was like, dude, stay for the next class. So it's 2 hours of training. That way you can justify the drive a little bit more. If you come and do 1 hour of training after driving a total of an hour and fucking 50 minutes, that's fucking loads, mate. Why don't you want to stay for another? He's like, no, I'm too... The online, it says advanced only. I'm like, dude, loads of gyms have that. It doesn't matter. There's people that are saying that you can beat. No one listens to that bit. I mean, sometimes advanced and pro classes means advanced and pro classes, but in this instance, it does say that, but it doesn't mean it. Okay, maybe some of you can agree and relate if you go to jiu-jitsu gyms and stuff like that. But I actually decided to. Oh wait, I've gone way too far. So this session was in the evening. So in the morning, I wanted to go to the gym, the weights gym, with my good friend from school, and yeah, I woke up at 8:20 or something, rolled out of bed, went straight to the gym. So this was with no breakfast, and I was actually surprised how good I felt. I was actually quite hungry at the start, but I said, fuck it, I'm just going to go anyway through the hunger pains, and went to the gym, did chest and arms, and I felt good. I felt quite good. Cool to see my mate, and then afterwards we actually went to coffee, because we used to do this fucking weeks ago. We used to go gym in the morning, have a coffee, but his sleep got so bad that we only went to the gym at like 11 p.m. and obviously there's no coffee shops open at 11 p.m. You wouldn't want to drink coffee at 11 p.m. anyway, and yeah, I missed that. I was like, fuck, now we just go to the gym and go home. I really like the coffee bit, and he agreed, but now his sleep has gotten so fucked. He's done like a lap around the whole sleep, and now he's like 9 p.m. is sort of like the early evening for him. So that's what he's doing. We had a coffee afterwards, and we were sat outside because he wanted a cigarette. So we were sat outside on the high street, and one of our old schoolmates walks past, and he was actually a hella chill guy. I was like, yo, what's up, man? And he came and sat down with us. And I was really happy to see him, and so was my friend that was with me at the time, but for the gym as well. I was like, my God, like, if there's anyone to walk past, if I could choose like 5 guys from the school to walk past out of the maybe 300 people there were in our year, he would have been in the top 5. Absolute don. And yeah, he walked past. I was like, yo, he came and sat down with us. He's changed a lot, obviously, because I haven't seen him in like 4 or 5 years. He's a bit of a party raver geezer now, but he's still a likeable guy. He got a coffee, joined us, and had a chat. And then he's like, all right, guys, I'm going to peace out now. And he walked in and he fucking got the bill for us. And I was like, oi, what are you doing? He said, fuck you. He stuck his middle finger up. I was like, what the fuck? And I sent him an Instagram DM to be like, thanks, G. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you. So yeah, then I went home. I actually bought some minced beef on the way back. And yeah, my mate had to go to the toilet, so he ran home. So I walked home on my own. It was lovely. Um, when I got in, I realised that I actually had a reply from the police, and I got excited, but it wasn't a yes or no. It was just more shit to fill out. But that's further than I've been before. Um, I was thinking of getting something to eat, but then I sort of said, no, you know what? Wait, I actually feel all right, and I actually felt like motivated to do work. And I was like, oh my god, maybe this is what they're talking about with fasted and like intermittent fasting. Maybe I'll practice that in the future. Um, but right now I'm sort of trying to put on size, and obviously, if yeah, I don't know. I'll look into it more and we'll see. Um, but I did like that feeling of not quite hunger, but just I felt really light. I felt like empty. I was like, yo, I'm running on fucking natural energy that my body's storing or whatever. I don't really have that much body fat, but it's like I don't know. It felt good. I don't know how to fucking word it. Leave me alone. But yeah, so I started to fill in that sheet. It was another stupid thing. It was like it basically wanted me to go into more detail with work experience, and it wanted to like detail why the work experience would have um, helped me build a select few qualities that they want in police officers. So I just told some stories from my work life since the age of 18, and hopefully they like it. And to be honest, I actually called the recruitment people. I was like, "Hi, have you guys sent me the wrong thing?" Because at the top it was like this detail doesn't really matter, and it's not really great in a storytelling perspective, but I'll fucking do it anyway. It was like, yeah, we need to tell us some stuff, and we want to see if it's equivalent to a level 3 A level. And I was like, but I didn't click that I had a level 3 A level. I clicked that I was in the police cadets for 2 years. So I called her and I was like, have you sent me the right thing? She's like, yeah, everyone has to do that. So fine, whatever. Did it, and I was actually having a really hard time focusing, and I mean a tremendously hard time focusing. I was doing a lot of fucking Instagram. I was doing a lot of lying on the floor, literally lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling. And I eventually, I need to do this now. So I set a 10-minute timer on my phone. I was like, all right, work, or at least think about work for the 10 minutes. Boom. And that helped a little bit. And then after the time went off, I had 10 minutes of just fucking being a degen. And I actually lied down to listen to a podcast for those 10 minutes. I randomly dug up one of the old podcasts that one of my old coaches was on, and I was just had a funny time listening to it because he's such a goon. So I was listening to that, and I had a little nap in the 10 minutes, and then the alarm went off, and I was like, oh! And then came up, did the rest of the work, bang, bang, bang. Oh. And yeah, around 1:30, I had 500 grams of 20% fat minced beef, 6 eggs, and a slice of bread. My dad's girlfriend, she's staying at home most of the day now because she had a massive operation, and she had some friends around to come and see her, and they were all in and out of the kitchen. I'm cooking this monstrosity meal. It's pretty, I don't know what the word is. It's pretty intense for them. It's literally just minced beef and eggs, and they're like, oh my god, what is that? And then one of the ladies actually, I need to take this out of my head. One of the ladies actually said to me, have you seen Eddie Abu? I was like, oh, no way. For those of you who don't know, Eddie Abu on Instagram is like he's an ex-bodybuilder, and obviously like serious bodybuilders are actually very unhealthy, ironically. And and he's an ex-bodybuilder, and now he's a much healthier man now over these certain food choices, which actually don't necessarily line up with what our NH, because he's a British man. He actually works he works as a nurse, and a lot of his dietary stuff doesn't actually line up with what the NHS recommends, which is something that it's very eye-opening to me and other people. And she was asking me if I'd seen him because I was eating lots of eggs and meat. So I was like, yes, actually, I am. I do watch him, and I like his stuff too. I'd recommend you guys check him out. Yeah, I had that food, and then a cup of tea, and I had some 2 more slices of bread with Nutella on it because I felt a little bit empty and I wanted to feel the sugar rush. I'm addicted to sugar. I should probably address that another time. And then at 6 o'clock, I did the shoot boxing class at the gym I went to. And unfortunately, when I turned up, the coach wasn't there. My friend was covering it, which I was happy about, but um, it wasn't shoot boxing. It was just general wrestling. So I was like, oh fuck, all right, whatever. Um, I actually met a very good friend of mine. Um, one of my friends that I actually went to Italy with for a wedding, and I hadn't seen him since I went travelling, and he was one of the friends. There's literally about three people maybe, but he was one of the three people that I was voice noting um, over the holiday, and he was probably one of the only two people that I voice noted about this girl, and it was just nice to talk. And I remember I actually spoke to him. I remember on the 28th of May. Why do I remember that day? You might ask. I remember that day because unfortunately that was the day that my dog died. But I didn't know that then. But I remember I was in Manila and I was having a really shit time because I think this girl that I really liked just FaceTimed her ex-boyfriend. And I'm like, why the fuck is she FaceTiming him? She's with me. We've already had sex like a million times at this point. Why is she still FaceTiming this motherfucker? And I was voice noting this dude like, gee, dude, it's so complicated. She says, mate, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I haven't even told that Manila story yet in the travel vlogs. No, not vlogs. In the travel updates. I still need to do that. I need to finish it. Stay tuned. And also check out the travel stories playlist on my channel. But yeah, I remember because I went back to, I don't know why I did that, but I went back to some of the voice notes that I sent him once I'd returned to England, and they were on the 28th of May, which was the day that the dog died. I didn't even know because no one told me, which was by my request. I'll talk about that another time, but I do regret that. Um, yeah, man. So I was happy to see him, and I was just very appreciative. I don't really think I expressed that, which I should. But I was like, mate, yeah, really cool to see you. I think I did say thanks for listening to my messages about the heartbreak and stuff, but yeah, man, tough shit, get on with it. But fuck. It was cool to see him. I haven't seen him since I've been travelling. It's basically what I needed to say in short. And I actually convinced him to come along to the other class with me because he was going to do one class. I said, come do this one. We did that. We had a great time. In the shoot boxing, I had 7 out of 10 energy, 7 out of 10 attentiveness, and 7 out of 10 performance in rolling. So I did that class. It was great. And then we did the next class, and I had 8 out of 10 energy and 8 out of 10 performance in rolling. So the energy went up with no other food consumed in between. So maybe I'm recording it wrong, or maybe somehow it went up over time. Maybe I've warmed up, got the second wind. I don't know. Is the second wind scientifically accurate? Who knows? But I mean, this was only yesterday, so that is quite an accurate figure as to how I felt, because I do remember feeling good. Yeah, so also my friend from work came along to that, and the first shoot boxing class overlapped into the second jiu-jitsu class. Obviously, they're held on different mats, and I didn't realise it overlapped, so when I came in, I was like, fuck, I'm late. This dude turned up expecting me, and I wasn't there. He must have been like, where the fuck is he? I was like, yeah, sorry, overlap, man. And I could see that he was a little bit out of his place. He was still chatting to everyone, he's a good guy, everyone gets along with him. And I was like, fuck, I could see that, like, he didn't understand the way that the specific sparring rounds work either, with the one-off, one-on thing. And he was a little bit confused. I didn't have the time to explain it to him properly because I was on the other end of the line or something. But yeah, I was like, shit, I could have done a better job ensuring he enjoyed his first time at the gym. And then when I was on the way home, because then he left. So how it goes, the shoot boxing, there's jiu-jitsu, but it's 2 hours long, but people leave in between. The first hour they'll leave, because in the first hour you'll finish the first hour with specific sparring, and then the second hour they'll do more technique and then open rolling. And he left in the first hour. I was like, dude, you fucking travelled all this way, you're going to train for 1 hour and leave. Are you crazy? And I tried to convince him, but he was adamant on leaving. I introduced him to some of my friends as a friend from work, and I said that he's really good at making coffee, and he got really embarrassed. I thought it was very funny, though. And yeah, that was it. I stayed for the class, did some rolling, felt good. and fucking left. Wait, what was the move of the day? Because what was the next move? Let me fucking think. Shit, I don't remember. Anyway, came home at around 10:30. I had a spaghetti bolognese and a bar of dairy milk. Lovely. And went to sleep. About 6 hours of sleep that day on the Tuesday. What? Oh yeah, 6 hours of sleep on the Tuesday. And I was trying to. I know. Before I went to bed on the Tuesday, I was trying to finish my police work because it was just undone. I'd just doing the last bit, and I put my 10-minute timer on. I did a little bit, and it was getting to like 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. I was texting some girl on Instagram as well, multitasking, and I and then I laid down in bed for my 10-minute break, and I fucking fell asleep. Fell asleep and woke up at fucking. I think it was like 8:30. So I wasn't gonna make the pro training class, so I decided just to go back to sleep, and essentially at the time I didn't think it all through, but I was essentially surrendering my day at that point. Luckily I managed to save it, but I might have not been so lucky. So I woke up at 11, meaning no training in the morning. Then I remembered I have a personal training client this evening, so I can't train. So that's training gone for the day because I couldn't get out of bed, which is really annoying. In my defence, I didn't expect to fall asleep, and subsequently I didn't set an alarm yet. That's why I woke up so late. But it's just still a bad start to the day. So I finished the police work, and then I made some porridge, had that, came upstairs, and then I really I felt a bit shit today in the first half. Not really any reason why. I just felt like directionless as nothing, and I ended up just watching a lot of like fitness content and trying to expand my knowledge. And I did actually sit down to do this task of study other personal trainers and make the perfect personal trainer in my head. But then I came to the conclusion that I spoke about at the very start of this video. But what I did do is I've been watching Dr. Mike Israetel's content for a while now, and I decided to go ahead and buy his app. So I have the app now, and so far I really like it. I was very excited to actually put it into action with my client today, but he actually bailed on me, which is a spoiler alert. I haven't got there yet, but he has. He probably like cancels one every 2 sessions. He's terrible. Like, we're supposed to have 2 sessions a week, and we rarely have 2 sessions a week. Very rarely. Um, but yeah, so I was just watching lots of this content. I bought the app, and I was going to use it with him. I'm still becoming more familiar with the app, but I quite like it. I went for a dog walk as well at some point in the day, and that was quite fun, just banging music in the ears. And I realised, oh yeah, so not only did I feel a little bit shit, I felt really angry, and I still do feel quite angry, to be honest, guys. I've been feeling really angry today, and sort of yesterday on Tuesday as well. And surprise, surprise, it's about the girl again. And my sort of perspective is sort of shifting now, and I sort of just see it as, I guess my blame is sort of shifted, and I sort of don't really have any blame on her. And the reason why is quite sexist, really. But I just see her as like, maybe it's because I maybe at the very, very back of my mind still have feelings for her, although I won't admit that. I see her as just some like faultless, perfect person, and I think that we could have been happily ever after if her fucking dad didn't fuck her up when she was brought up. And no, I don't know of anything like really serious, but just from things that she told me, that she didn't get enough attention. Her parents never visited her in university and shit like that. And he hardly ever fucking texted her to check up on her when we were away together. And I just think, man, fuck him, man. If he gave her like the healthy amount of attention, she wouldn't be seeking it from other dudes now she's an adult. And I said, fuck this chef as well for being 11 years older than her, and no women his age want to be with him because he's a fucking loser. Seeing that she's hungry for attention, giving it to her for sex, fuck him too. Because I honestly really like this girl. and I literally would have done anything for her. I really, really liked her, guys. And the whole situation makes me so angry. That it's just tragic, because I think she actually would have been like the one. I know that sounds like a very cheesy, but I think she actually would have been the one if she wasn't so fucked up. But unfortunately she is. I mean, even if things went well when we were travelling, if I found out that she slept with some dude a day before we left, after I'd been taking her out on all these dates, you know, the right thing to do is tell her to fuck off. I really hope that in an alternate universe somewhere where that happened, I had the strength to tell her to fuck off, even if it worked out with us abroad. But she already fucked it up before we even left England. She already ruined it. I only found out way later. But yeah, I mean, I still place the blame on this dude, man, and on her father for making her just fuck anyone that gives her attention. Like, literally, she's a really gorgeous girl, and she fucks some ugly dudes, just because they give her attention, and they'll text her for hours a day. Like, seriously, it's a fucking problem. Not that, like, obviously ugly dudes can get pussy if they're really wonderful personalities, but I don't think that's the case here. I think she literally just wants attention, and the people that gives it to her, she has sex with, and yeah, it just fucks me up, man. It makes me really sad. Cause yeah, I mean, I've never ever had feelings even close to as strong as that before, and I'm scared that I won't ever again. And the sadder part is, I don't think anybody's ever gonna like her as much as I did again. I don't know if that's possible. Especially if she's honest about her past. Especially if she's honest. No one's gonna like her as much as I liked her. Ever. But she has shown that she has no issue with lying. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot, and that's made me really fucking angry. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but on Sunday when I went to work, this dude, like, it sounds hard, it's hard to say when you're talking about yourself, but this dude is like petrified of me. Like, every time I look at him, his eyes, just naturally by habit, his eyes will meet my eyes, and then he will immediately look at the floor. And then he will literally, like, turn his body away from me. Like, he's literally, I think I've never unintentionally intimidated somebody so much. But still, fuck, I would fucking kill that guy if I had the opportunity to. If the police are watching this, that was a joke. But yeah, I mean, maybe that I don't feel like I am aggressive or rude to him in person, but maybe those vibes of my true feelings actually just come through. Maybe they just radiate through, even when I'm not really showing them on my first sheet of paper of a face. Maybe it just beams through anyway, and he can feel it. But yeah, I've been quite angry the last 2 days, and that's why. So I tried listening to some chill music whilst I was walking the dog. It sort of helped, kind of. And yeah, it was alright, nice little walk. Didn't get interrupted. There was no one on the field at that time. It was pretty nice. But yeah, came back, watched more fitness content. I tried to start writing words down and finding a definition, because there's a lot of words, especially when downloading the app, I was like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is mesocycle? And I found out what it is, and it's just just expanding my knowledge on something that I want to do in the future. Yeah, so it's not an entirely unproductive day. And then my boss from the restaurant put in the group chat, and I actually, this girl, for those of you who don't know, I originally met this girl at work and we went travelling, blah blah blah. She finally got kicked from the group chat today, which was quite funny to see. I should probably mention that because that happened today and it made me laugh. And yeah, from the work group chat. So basically, the boss was like, "Can anyone work today? I need someone in." I was like, "Oh, sorry, I've got a PT." But then later the PT cancelled on me. So it's like, fuck. This was around like 5 o'clock. It's like, shit. So I called the boss. I was like, hey, do you still need someone? She's like, oh, someone's already got it. Someone's coming in. I'm like, fucking bollocks. So I was like, great, that's fine. And the reason why I called her, I never call her, I usually text her. I was like, I need an answer now. So as soon as she said no, I literally brushed my teeth, got my clothes, and fucking went to training in the evening to catch the evening class, and that was perfect. I'm glad that I checked with the guy, because I just checked. I was like, hey, you still on for today? And he was like, oh, I completely forgot. I'm like, you fucker. He's like, I'm hanging over from my girlfriend's birthday or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? So I quickly went to training, got to the station. The trains were a little bit fucked, so I had to take the longer train. Played some chess. I did pretty well against some guy. I've been on a winning streak until on the way home, and then I lost. But I went on a winning streak of 4 or 5 games, pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm kind of getting into chess again. I fucking really like it. I can't believe it's such an old game. Whoever made that game is probably a genius. But yeah, went to training, started the wrestling. Wait, no, what was it? It was the MMA introduction, but it was more of just jiu-jitsu because the MMA coach is still out. And did that, and then moved into the wrestling class and stayed for that. And it was quite a good class. I really like this instructor. I think he likes me too. He keeps giving me free clothes. Pretty cool dude. And yeah, it was mad chill. It made me really laugh because this Russian dude came along, and he's fucking massive. He's very strong, and he came along and he keeps making up his own moves. And the wrestling coach is like, what the fuck? I've seen those two argue, not like argue playfully all the time, because he comes to the class, he likes his class, they like each other, but he'll just do his own shit. And the coach is like, yeah, you know better, just do your own thing. It's just really funny. I was in a 3 with 2 fucking huge dudes. I was like, shit, it's probably not the best partners for me, but fuck it, we'll do it. Then it came to the wrestling afterwards, and I did really well, and enjoyed that. People were clapping for me. There's this one lady, actually. One lady, she was actually quite new, and I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And she was getting really frustrated in a playful way, though, in like the rolling. I was like, hey, chill, it's alright, you're going to learn the responses to this, and you'll be better in time. It's only your 3rd session or something, so don't worry, it's going to be fine. And she's like, I'm going to beat you one day, and I'm like, I believe you, keep coming back, see you around. But then she walked off with some dude, so I think that's her boyfriend. So I was like, what the fuck? Why are you talking to me like that? I mean, I suppose maybe I'm being a little bit too, what's the word? I don't know. I don't know what the right word is there. But yeah, she gave me the vibes that she was single when she was talking to me, and then she walks off with some dude. But yeah, whatever. That's women nowadays. They just give the vibes they're single when they're not. That's not all women. I shouldn't generalize. Sorry, girls. Not that I was really that into it anyway. It's like, whoa, she's a bit on it. Like, all right, whatever. Lovely lady though. And then so yeah, did the class. I did pretty well. There's some wrestling guys that really like they really go for some shit, and I was seeing it, and I was either stopping it or even reversing it. I was doing well. And then afterwards, it was just another jiu-jitsu session after that, and I planned to stay for it, but all of my training partners left, and it was just some other guys. It was an odd number, so I was the odd one out. So I can't be fucking bothered to ask anyone for a free. Plus, it was leg locks, so I just sat next to the coach and I was just chatting to him, and then I left early. I was like, I'm gonna go home, get an early night, and come to Thursday morning training fully energized. And that's the plan, even though it's now almost 1:30. Shit, I need to get in bed. But yeah, that was it. Then I came home on the train. There was some guys being really fucking loud on the train. I felt just honestly violent. I just wanted to fucking assault all of them. They were being really loud and obnoxious. I hate that so much. And on the way home, bought some M&Ms. I think someone tried to steal my bike as well. My bike was like hanging by the fucking locks instead of propped up nicely how I left it. I think someone tried to fucking steal it, but unsuccessfully. Went and got some M&Ms, came home, made some food. My testosterone kit had arrived. Testing kit, not testosterone treatment. And my dad's like, why have you got testosterone? It's because they literally posted something. It has my name on it, and then it says testosterone at the bottom. I was like, it's a testosterone testing kit. It's not testosterone. And he was like, why are you getting testosterone? You should be fucking raging with it at your age. I'm like, I probably am. I just need to know that. I just got it because I'm curious what my test levels are. And then I said, you should get it, man. You're fucking like, almost 60. You need it. And then he's like, no, it's just messing with nature. But I won't recite a whole rant there. But I mean, testosterone is as close as you can get to like a fictional, like forever young drug, right? Am I wrong or right? I don't know. Tell me, guys. But yeah, had my bolognese, had my M&Ms, watched some funny videos and Action Bronson when he's going to get like the cacao hot chocolate at the best cacao place in New York. It's a fucking amazing video. I love it. I've watched it about 3 times. And yeah, here I am making this video that leads us up to about now. My plan, my goal for the next half week up until Sunday is to... I'm just going to really focus on my personal training session tomorrow and make sure this dude has a really good session and he's learned something and he feels great afterwards. I also want to get into bed before midnight every night. That's the plan. Alright, thank you. Have a successful next half of your week. All the best.